Before I try this, I want to show you what my skin looks like so that we can see if there's going to be any improvement throughout the week. So first of all, my skin is definitely redder on the face and on the neck than how it is on my chest. So this is hopefully going to help with that. On top of that, as you can see, I definitely have dark spots and hyperpigmentation, which is like the remaining of acne scars, and just the texture, as you can see, is very bumpy. Ordinary, I'm very curious to see the consistency and how it's going to feel on my face, because with these, I do not have a good experience just because The Ordinary's vitamin C is discussed. Okay, so it has the same consistency, y'all. On the skin, it's not nice at all. It really feels like so silicone-y, kind of like a primer, but it's so slimy. I really don't like it. It's starting to tingle a little. Oh no, I hate things that tingle. The smell is also not pleasant. Like, it literally smells like something rotten or like a decaying dead body. Don't ask me how I know that. Do not ask questions you do not want to know the answer to.
Wow, that's a great question. I wasn't expecting that question.
Honestly, first impression is a hard no for me, but I want to read the claims that The Ordinary is making so to see what to expect from this. It says, an effective antioxidant, this formulation protects the skin from free radical damage, brightens tone, improves texture, and minimizes the appearances of blemishes. Unlike many acids, this one does not cause irritation. In fact, it has been shown to reduce redness and rosacea. This is the thing about azelaic acid. I love it. I really hope it's actually going to reduce the redness. It's day 2, but before we go any further, I want to read the ingredient list with you guys so to see if this is actually any good. The Ordinary's ingredient list usually are top notch, on point, like amazing, but with this one I don't like the consistency, so I'm very curious to see. Oh, just as I thought, guys, this ingredient list is full of dimethicones. There's dimethicone actually before azelaic acid, but that's not necessarily anything bad because we wouldn't want azelaic acid to be one of the first ingredients. That would be too much. There's basically 3 versions of dimethicone. Now, dimethicone can be a little bit pore clogging for some skin types, but usually it's not, so I wouldn't worry even if you do have acne prone skin. For me, I specifically don't like so much dimethicone because it gives such a silicone consistency and such a fake appearance. Azelaic acid is the 4th ingredient. Once again, as we have read that The Ordinary was claiming, it's an amazing antioxidant. It actually is very soothing for the skin, and actually a lot of dermatologists prescribe it to people who are struggling with rosacea or anyone who's struggling with acne and redness caused by the acne, because really it is so good at soothing the skin. Niacinamide kind of has the same properties, as in it reduces the redness, but in no way, shape, or form it's as good and effective as azelaic acid. So if you are using niacinamide but you still have redness, I definitely recommend you try this. But it's an amazing ingredient. To be honest, guys, the rest of the ingredient list ain't nothing spicy. There's another few silicones, no moisturizing ingredients, no humectants. The Ordinary, I don't know about this. You could have definitely done better. You should have learned from your biggest sister, Paulas Choice, because her ingredient list is very much more moisturizing and much better. This is a little bit too dry and basic for me. Day 5, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, well, why would I lie to you? I mean, we're all friends here, am I right? Okay. The redness has been reduced so much, you guys. Like, even the difference from redness to the face and neck from the chesticle area has been reduced so much. It hasn't reduced the acne scars either, but definitely it hasn't increased the breakout, so we're definitely very happy. But the consistency and the tingling. But anyways, I feel like I've already rounded up enough experience for me to actually tell you my final thoughts and results, and ultimately tell you if it's worth spending your money on this or not. The Ordinary, honey, and please take a seat. At this point, I don't know what to say to you anymore. Because like the vibes that you're giving me are just a little bit toxic. Let me say that. Just because one day you're hot, one day you're cold, you're yes, then you're no, you're up, then you're down. Yes, I am quoting Katy Perry, but it still applies. One product I really like, the anti-aging ones by The Ordinary, usually are just chef's kiss. But when it comes to acne, The Ordinary, I just don't know. I don't like your niacinamide. I don't like the salicylic acid mask. I don't like the peel. I do love the lactic acid though. I am very much a fan of that, The Ordinary. But this is not what we're here for. We're here for this. The consistency of this, I just hate it. Let me just tell you, the formula and the ingredient list is 10 out of 10. We love to see that. But just, I would have liked for you to actually come up with a consistency that was more serum form. I don't like that this is mattifying. If it would have been in a cream, but it wasn't mattifying, I still would have been fine with that. For example, the Paulas Choice Azelaic Acid under 10% is still a cream, but that is not mattifying. This is just very silicone-y, almost like a primer, and it just looks very fake on my skin that I don't like. I love looking fake in terms of fillers and plastic surgery, but now when it comes to skincare. On top of that, you know me, I am the glow queen. Look at this glow, honey, please. Like, when I apply something mattifying, a little part of me, like a piece of my soul, leaves my body and dies. Just like Tinkerbell, whenever a kid cries, or something along those very just like, lines, a fairy dies. Same goes for this. Whenever Mateo applies something mattifying, a little piece of him dies. On top of that, to add the fact that this is stinging, a little bit of tingling is fine. I'm gonna close an eye for that, but this is not a little bit of tingling. This is stinging, okay? I have tried the Ordinary Azelaic Acid, the Paulas Choice Azelaic Acid, the Phase 3 Azelaic Acid. Oh, I love those. Those are not as stingy as this is. I don't know why, because those are also all on a 10%, so it's not that this is stronger. So really, why does this sting? For this reason, I don't like it. But still, the ingredient list is amazing, a 10 out of 10. The results that I have seen are also amazing. I know that azelaic acid is one of my revolutionary ingredients. Like, my life has never been the same after I've tried azelaic acid. Just like after the first time you try sex, you can never go without it again. The same goes with azelaic acid. As soon as you try it for the first time, it might hurt a little bit, it might be weird a little bit, but you are gonna get addicted to it.
At that moment, we both knew that crazy is a whore.
Another thing that I want to touch on is the concentration of this in a 10%. Because if you didn't know, concentration in skincare is very important, and not necessarily brands are gonna put the right concentration in their products. Like, for example, the Ordinary's niacinamide in a 10%. I don't like that because it's too strong. Studies actually show that you only really need 3 to 5%. So it doesn't make sense for them to put it on 10%, yet they did. So we can never actually go without citing studies here, okay, ladies?
Scientific studies have proven.
So actually, one study by Thibaut Tot made in 2008, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. It actually showed that 10% azelaic acid is just as effective as benzoyl peroxide in acne patients. And you know the benzoyl peroxide is one of the most effective, if not the most effective, for treating acne. So that is very impressive. At a 50%, it is very effective as well, but no more than 20%, otherwise it's too irritating. Truly, ideally, the Paulas Choice on a 10% is the best option that I would recommend. If you don't mind the stinging, if you don't want to spend as much money as the Paulas Choice, because that is around like $30 or something, then this is a lot better. A way that ideally you could get away with the fact that this stings is applying your azelaic acid after your moisturizer. Don't worry, active ingredients still penetrate even if you apply moisturizer before. Not like wrapping plastic around your face and nothing will penetrate. Don't worry, active ingredients will still definitely penetrate, and applying moisturizers will definitely decrease the irritation levels of any active ingredients. But even when I did apply moisturizer before this, I still got the stinging, so in that way, it doesn't really work that much. But now, another question that you might be wondering is, can you use this on the daily? How often can you use it in your skincare routine? Actually, research shows that it can be used daily, even twice a day, both in the morning and at night to get maximum results. Do I necessarily recommend it? No, because there really is no need for you to be applying it so often on your skin. If you have oily skin, resilient skin, you think that you can handle it, definitely go ahead and use it on the daily. I won't stop you, but if you have more dry to sensitive skin, honey, I would push on the brakes. Okay, slow down there. You can still win the race, but slow and steady always wins. We know the turtle and the fox story. Azelaic acid is, well, an acid, so it actually can be drying, can cause peeling in the skin, especially for those sensitive skin types, so definitely pay attention. But now, I know that you might be a little bit confused because they always tell you that acid should not be used more than 3 to 4 times a week, so to not cause over exfoliation, and that is completely still true, honey. But azelaic acid doesn't apply to this rule, just like hyaluronic acid. Neither of these two are AHAs nor BHAs. They won't exfoliate your skin, that is not what they do. Even though they are called an acid, that is because more so of their low pH. But just because it has a low pH, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna exfoliate your skin. Another thing I know you might be wondering, see, I just know you so well, I can read your mind. Absolutely no, I'm sorry, I just have installed a camera in your room, don't worry. But yeah, so maybe what you are wondering is, what can I actually mix it with? Let me tell you, honey, she is very much like a good girl, okay? She gets along with everyone. She's kind of like the mom of the group. She just wants everyone to be happy. So truly, this goes well with niacinamide, with retinols. It also goes well with any peptides. With AHAs and BHAs, I would pay attention, but you can still definitely mix them together. I would pay attention with those just because they are also acids, and mixing acids could be a little bit too strong. So the final question that all of you are probably wondering now is, do you recommend to me to actually buy this material? Tell me, I need to know. This is where I'm torn, The Ordinary. This is where I don't know. Because I would say, no, don't buy this, go for the Paulas choice, which is actually a lot better and also in a 10% concentration. But that is gonna be a lot more expensive than this one is. So if you are in a budget, yes, I do recommend this. It's still a good product. If you can't overlook the stinging sensation, it's still amazing. It gives amazing results. But if you can spend a little bit more of those coins, I definitely recommend you opt for the Paulas choice. So long story short, I'm sorry, I'm a rambler. I'm gonna have to recommend this. Even though personally for me, I didn't like it, I know that it still is an amazing product. So yes, I do recommend it. And so actually, of course, I will actually tell you where I bought this from. So you know that I only buy things online because with everything crazy that is going on the outside world, like especially like, yeah, the sun, of course. Oh, yeah, the pandemic as well. I'm sorry, I just forgot about that. I was worrying more about the sun, but truly, it's just dangerous out there, okay? You could get sunburned, you could age, and maybe also a virus. So it's definitely not what you want. So I actually bought this on Amazon. It's going to be 1660 Royal British pounds for 30 mls, and this is honestly gonna last you about 2 months. You don't need that much, maybe even also a little bit longer than that. So of course, you know that I always got you covered. I actually found the cheapest one listing that I could find on Amazon US and UK. I linked it down below in the pinned comments for you to go buy. So if you want this, all you gotta do is click that link. And it actually is an affiliate code, so if you want to support me and this channel, then actually please buy from that link. Man, this was the first video that you saw mine. Might be interested in joining our family. All you have to do is literally subscribe and turn the bell icon so you don't miss any of my uploads. We're all about fighting acne, redness, wrinkles, and fine lines, as you've seen from this video, and truly getting your skin routine down to the T. Also a little bit plastic surgery on the side. Who doesn't love a bit of that? So honestly, if this sounds interesting and like your thing, make sure to subscribe because we would love to have you part of our family. Mwah! And also make sure to follow me on my Instagram and on my TikTok. Both of them are random. There's a lot more skincare, plastic surgery content you're not gonna see here. You are gonna see there. And truly we can further deepen the bond that I feel is we already have one, sis. You are my best friend already. And now to my randoms who are still watching, you know what time of the video is now. Time for the Italian word of the video. And since this video was because you're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. You're in, then you're out. You're up, then you're down. The Ordinary Azelaic Acid Katy Perry Teenage Dream. The Italian word of the video is actually going to be caldo, which is hot, not cold. I know that caldo and cold sound similar, but for some reason they're just the opposite. So cold would actually be freddo. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Excuse me, ma'am, what do you think you're doing? You're not gonna cut this video. What you need to do is click whatever these two right here. It's just gonna be as informative, informational, whatever this is for you. But while doing that, remember to be random and always be random. I swear, click one of these two or I will drop this entire bottle on your face. You will sting so much that you will die. So you better just click, otherwise you're gonna die.